before we start this video, please keep in mind that I am sick, so if any of the audio sounds a bit weird to you, that's probably because I'm all sick. Without further ado, let's get started with the Nintendo Switch Week 1 recap. So to start off, the Nintendo Switch is now starting to enter its second week of being alive. And while I still haven't been able to touch one, I still think that this console is probably going in the right direction for Nintendo. Not only are we looking at many good games to be coming out, besides Breath of the Wild, you've got Nintendo Odyssey, Splatoon 2, and of course more titles in the future. So honestly, I think the Switch had a very good launch, but the main question in the next few weeks and months is the Nintendo Switch going to be able to survive through the rest of 2017? Because holiday season is going to be big, easily, because Nintendo's going to restock their stuff, and the Switch is going to be another sellout during the holiday season. But the main thing is, can they survive the summer months and fall months? That is where the problem is going to be coming for Nintendo. But let's talk about some other stats and facts that have came out within the launch of Nintendo, along with some new news that they recently had out today. As for the sales of the Nintendo Switch, it sold over 300,000 units just in its first 2 days. Now that is pretty impressive, because the Wii had 3,070. Now you may be thinking, isn't this supposed to be better than the Wii? Like, it's selling worse. Why would it be something good that it's doing worse than the Wii? Well, the fact is that the Wii was sold around a holiday launch. So you had Black Friday, where people were willing to spend a lot of money to get you your Wii U. But the Switch here was sold in March 3rd. Now, nobody's going to really be getting anybody gifts because it's March. Like, nobody's freaking getting Christmas gifts in March. So, that's why it's very important. If this were sold in December, the sales might be way more different, and that's all the difference of Nintendo's money. Besides just the Wii, which was the most successful console, any other console that Nintendo has ever made, the Nintendo Switch outsold them in its first 2 days. 2 days. It beat any other console that Nintendo has ever sold. That's pretty impressive. And then we have Zelda Breath of the Wild that comes along, and it's the best standalone, which means not included with the console, launch game in Nintendo history also. So I'm just saying here, we've got some good sales so far. But the thing is, there's a reason why it's like that, and I'm going to get to it right about now. As for the games for the Nintendo Switch, Zelda Breath of the Wild is doing very good, and we all know that. I mean, I just already said about a bunch of facts. But in an interview, Reggie said that all big series games will have a share in the Switch. And he said that about all consoles in general. So when asked about Super Smash Bros., that's what he said. So that means we're going to expect either a Super Smash Bros. 4 reboot or an entire new one. I think we're going to go with a new one just because Smash 4 is kind of old. I mean, you could reboot it and it would still do decently well, but the people that already have had it probably aren't going to dive into it, and that's not a lot of people except for the casual audience. But even then, the casual audience usually isn't even interested in it, so why would they want it again on a new system? Well, they've got kids that integrated from the handheld genre, but I don't know. So anyway, we can most likely expect a Super Smash Bros. And Pikmin 4. A while back, we actually found out that Pikmin 4 is already planned to be coming and is almost complete, but we haven't heard anything about it for over a year now, and I'm kind of asking some questions. We can also expect a Mario Party and Animal Crossing, but something that kind of makes me kind of interested is Wii Sports. Wii Sports is a decently good game. It could use some more sports and some added features, but as long as you make a better Wii Sports club, you have a decent game on you, because people love Wii Sports. Bring it back with some fresh new stuff like Wii Resort did, bring it to the Switch, and there you go. I'm just saying, yeah. As for Zelda, going back to there, a lot of people are giving it the best Zelda game ever. And maybe even the best game ever, period. Like, it's getting almost perfect scores from people. On Metacritic, it got a 98, and usually they don't give games that good of a rating. I'm just saying here, guys, it's a good console. Next up, we have the Japanese audience. Now, there were some good sales there. Really good. But what does that exactly mean? It got around the same amount that it sold in the Western audience. But where does that stand anyway? So, because it sold just as good as it did in the Western audience, that's important because recently console sales have been going down in Japan because nobody really is interested because they have a freaking iPhone and they can do everything they want to. But it sold just as good in the Western audiences, and people aren't really interested in that many consoles in Japan. So that's really good stats to look forward to if you're interested in the Switch. Next up, I'm going to be talking about it being sold out everywhere and a few other things, and then we're going to wrap up this news, and let's get to it. So, like I said earlier, the Switch is currently sold out everywhere. Almost everywhere. You may be able to find it in like a back alley or like some little sketchy dude handing them out in a black van. But for the most part, you're not going to be able to find any Switches except for eBay and Amazon and a few other sites. And even then, you're going to be paying a whopping $400 just for that. And to be honest, would you spend $100 extra just for a system that's worth $100 less? I would think not. But maybe you're really that into the Switch. So what this means is there isn't a lot of supply of them currently. And that drives up demand. And this is Nintendo's trick for literally everything they've ever done. And it's a good trick to maintain momentum, but once eventually they bring out a higher supply of them, everybody's going to get their Switch and they're going to be happy. However, now Nintendo has to start supplying them with games like Mario Kart 8, like the one you're seeing on the screen, and Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, and other big sellers just like that. So, let's move on to our next thing that we have here, and region-free locking. So what this means is you can buy any game, whether it's released in Japan, whether it's released in Europe, anywhere in the world, you can get that game now. Before this, you couldn't do that on the Switch, and I think that really helps people that are interested in Japanese games. If only this were around back in Mother 3, because as of right now, Earthbound 3 or Mother 3, or Earthbound 2, I don't know how that works, would have been on the Switch, but sadly it's not. But Earthbound fans, let's face it, you're gonna get your Earthbound 2 eventually, or Mother 3, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, one last thing I wanted to touch on was the Mario Kart 8 news that came out earlier today on February 10th, March 2017. So, what they came out with was a short trailer. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description for that, because I know you guys are going to be very interested in that, because you get to see basically what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is. It's basically a trailer, really, showing every feature it has. So it showed off about 6 battle mode stages, which we already knew about. Some we knew, some we kinda didn't. We also got a look into new characters, or all of the characters shown in one complete video, which was King Boo, Dry Bones, Inkling Boy, and Inkling Girl, along with Gold Medal Mario. There is a Metal Mario, but not a Gold Medal Mario. So what this basically means is that in order to get Gold Medal Mario, you're going to have to complete all of the 200cc cups with 3 stars. That's pretty difficult, but it's something that really is able to get you to try and 100% the game. A lot of other key features, so definitely go check out that trailer. There's also many other good videos I recommend checking out. So if you're at all interested in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, just like I am, there's a lot of features that you may not have known about, which may help influence you and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's it for this video. Make sure you share it with your friends. That way we keep this channel going around. Make sure you leave it a like. That way I know if I should do this again for like week 2, 3, month 1, whatever we need to talk about the Switch. I'll make sure to talk about it if you guys are interested. And subscribe if you're not already. That way you don't miss future uploads. And the bell icon too. You gotta click on that. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to see any uploads coming out. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and cue the new intro or outro. Wow. We were trying to have a good outro, Gavin, and you screwed it up. Anyway, here's a look at the new outro. Tell me if you like it or not. See you guys then.